Today, I'll introduce the fabric to skeleton feature. For example, we have this banner. After unlocking it, we can make some adjustments. We can create a skeleton for it. Then, we can fine-tune it. First, let's open the Weight tool. The section below contains the settings related to fabric to skeleton. When you open it for the first time, we need to mark the fabric. Click Mark. This will display the corresponding model. Clicking it will select the model. First, we need to create the first mode, which is the chain mode. This is a series of connected bone chains. Next, we'll need to create some tracking points. Here, we can adjust the size of the tracking points. We can set it to 15. Next is Create Point, which refers to the tracking points. So, we need to create an edit mesh on this model. This will create a tracking point. It will be in point selection mode. It will create a tracking point here. First, we'll create the first tracking point. Let's select this model. After connecting to the edit mesh, select this point. OK. We can select multiple points. We can select one line. Or, if you don't want to create too many bones, you can skip every other point. At this point, we can create directly. You can see that this is the size of 15. Once created, it will follow these points. At this moment, you can see it moves along with them. For the pattern, we'll proceed directly by not creating too many. Then, create one every 4 rows. After that, we'll create them all at once. Create all of these points. We can select all points at once. Then, create them all at once. OK, now, let's create them. Alright, at this point, we have selected the points we want to select. Then we click Create Point. All our points are created at once. They all move accordingly. OK, at this point, we can create the skeleton in line segment mode. At this point, we need to click the desired bones in sequence. First, we can hide this model. But how do we add this? It can't just disappear. This one is added. These two functions allow for manual bone creation and linking. Now, there's no need for that. We can automatically create an entire bone chain. OK, first, we need to select the marker points. Click in the order of the direction you want to create. Just click it. OK. Let's create this chain mode. Alright, it has successfully created a bone chain that follows along. OK, now, we can choose based on our selections to create each one. Create them one by one to get the desired bone chain. This way, we have created all the bone chains. Each added chain follows the corresponding points. OK, now that we've finished creating, we can select the bones. Every time you create a bone chain, it will record the bones. These records will be stored under the object's custom attributes. All bones will be marked here. After selecting the corresponding bones, click Mark Bone. It will be marked on the object. Click Clean. This will clear the data. A prompt will appear. You can see that the data has been cleared. Select All. Click Mark. Okay, then it will also appear here. Now, let's select these. Okay, we can see that all the required bones have been selected. Next, we will duplicate this model. After duplication, we need to assign weights. This will include all bones into the skinning nodes. Okay, at this point, we just need to select this model. Click Clone. This duplicates the model. After duplication, a new model will appear here. You can add all these nodes to the local group. Then, a new model will be created. This is the old model, and this is the new model. Let's hide the old model. Now, we can see that the model has been duplicated. The weights have also been assigned to all these bones. At this point, we want to edit it. There are some controllers here that can be used for editing. However, editing is not possible yet because its position and rotation are incorrect. Rotation cannot be adjusted either. Okay, there's an edit mode below. Edit mode. This feature allows for weight adjustment. At this moment, our weights are normal, so no adjustments are needed. I will explain this later in another mode. Alright, now we can enter edit mode. Click on edit mode. This will transfer all the frames to the controller, allowing for editing. Click yes. It will back up the frame data. Alright, after the backup, we can select these controllers. You'll see that when we move this controller, editing becomes possible. For example, since our skeleton is detailed, you need to adjust the position of each bone. You can edit the entire bone chain. For instance, if you want it like this, it will extend a bit. You can also adjust the smaller controllers inside. They remain editable. Try to move the larger outer controllers to edit it effectively. Okay, this is the first mode. The second mode is similar to this. Drooping fabric is an effect where a piece of fabric hangs over a sphere. The second mode is the point mode. We also need to add an edit poly. We select its faces. Select by box. It will create a point at the center of each face. Then we create a bone. At this point, we just need to click this button. Alright, it will create a bone on each face. This bone will move with the face. These bones are a bit too many. It is based on this size. At this time, it will also create a model. This model is something we can display separately. It is copied from these two models. You can see that both models overlap. If you find that the weights are incorrect after copying, then you can go to the skin editor. At this point, you should select all the weight points. Then use this tool to set the weights. If the weights are correct, there's no need to adjust because its weights are well distributed. If you think it's not good, you can use this tool to adjust it yourself. The first part is the amplitude, and the second part is the influencing bones. If it's a single point, it means it's influenced by one bone. 4 points mean influence from 4 bones. You can try it out first. Click on it. Select all the weight points. Click to set the weights. Now let's take a look again. It's the same. The weights have been reset. This is equivalent to a simple weight adjustment. Of course, sometimes the effect may not be very good, and you might need to tweak it further. At this point, you can export this model and the bones to other software. You can also edit individual points. This way, the fabric can be exported as FBX to other software. That's roughly it for this tutorial. Thank you, everyone.